What's up YouTube, this is DWS Darius, and right now you are looking at my 125 gallon African cichlid tank. Now today's video is going to be in the same field as last week's video, and in last week's video I spoke about one of the common questions in this African cichlid community when keeping African cichlids, and that was the question of what's the name of my fish. So in last week's video I gave some IDs. Now in this week's video I just want to give you guys another common topic when keeping African cichlids, and that's based upon the rock scape. Which is better, a large rock scape versus a small rock scape? Okay YouTube, so one of the biggest debates in the world of keeping African cichlids is just what's better, the larger rock scape or the smaller rock scape. Now, many of the common reasons why people prefer a larger rock scape is because they say it provides more hiding spaces for fish, and it's just a more peaceful setting. And the reason why some people prefer a smaller rock scape with less rocks is because they say it's more space for your fish and it's less reasons to fight, less territories to fight over. So in this video I just want to give you guys my opinion. Okay YouTube, so I've been keeping African cichlids now for about 4 years. Within those 4 years I've been through many different setups. I started off with my 55 gallon African cichlid tank, then I upgraded to a 75. From that 75 I went up to a 90, and from the 90 I am now in this 125 gallon tank. And within all of those setups I had many different rock scapes, some of which the rocks were just heavy. From top to bottom, left to right, the tank was just filled with rocks, to scapes where there really wasn't that many rocks. So I pretty much have experience with both sides, a heavy rock scape and a small rock scape. And I actually posted a video a while ago just showing the evolution of my African cichlid tank, so if you want you can check that out just to see what I'm talking about, to see some of the many different setups that I have kept. Okay, so after keeping so many different setups, after keeping just so many different rock scapes, I now conclude that the best rock scape, in my opinion, is the smaller rock scape. And the reason why is because from my experience it's just a lot less aggression. The fish really do have a lot less reasons to fight. Now before, when I kept the tank full of rocks, it was full of different territories, and with all of those territories I had different fish trying to defend them. In this current setup I have two main territories. This territory on the left, who is guarded by that cobalt blue red top right there, and then I have this territory on the right which is guarded by that big venustus. And that's pretty much it when it comes to dominant fish in the tank, because I only give them two territories. Now before, when I kept rocks all over the tank, I had about 6 major territories, and I had 6 fish battling for that spot on the top, and my aggression levels were insane. So when it comes to rock scapes, I found out that the less rocks that you have, the less territories, the less fish you have fighting for that spot on the top. So in my opinion, just the best rock scape to go for when you're looking for a peaceful African cichlid tank is the rock scape with less rock. Now another reason why I love the smaller rock scape is just because it gives a lot of space for your African cichlids to grow. Now when I kept my tank full of rocks with that heavy setup, I saw a lot of my fish had scratches and scars from trying to squeeze through tiny rock spaces and stuff like that. And now that I have a lot more space, the fish are growing a lot more, and they have a lot more room to swim around. I see a lot more fish in the open swimming around and just comfortable compared to when I kept my tank just full of rocks. So that's another reason why I prefer the larger rock scape. Okay, so while I currently prefer the smaller rock scape, there are still some reasons why I like larger rock scapes. One of which is just because I personally prefer the look of that larger rock scape. When you have small fish swimming through those large rocks, I just think it looks amazing. Before, when I kept my tank just full of rocks, when my fish were a lot smaller, I just love that setup. I love the look of it, especially during the phase when they were in my 90 gallon tank. You can look at that video at the link above, but that was one of the best phases in my opinion of this African cichlid tank. So as far as the larger rock scape, it does look better in my opinion. And another good thing about larger rock scape is that it gives you a better chance of fry survival. So with this open setup, when my fish spawn, I really don't get any fry that survive because this open setup lacks many hiding spaces. However, when I had that tank full of rocks, I had a higher rate of survival fry. Okay YouTube, so that has been a look at my opinion on African cichlid rockscapes. Now tell me, what's your opinion? Which one do you prefer? Larger or smaller rockscapes? Let me know in the comments below. So as always, I want to thank everybody for watching. I want to thank you all for taking the time just to stop by my channel to show that support. I really appreciate it all. If you haven't already, I encourage you to subscribe to my channel because much more is coming. As you can see, I keep a wide variety of fish, all different types of fish, all different types of inverts, all different types of tanks, and you don't want to miss out. So thank you all for watching, and that will be all.